Tim's shop is finally cleaned up, and all projects are removed, ready for the next teacher to make the shop their own.
I wish I had a video of like the first day of school.
A big retirement party was held for all 17 retirees from his school, and it was a great way to bring closure to Tim's 18 years at Vista High School. After my very last meetings and final paperwork, we drove up to my office to turn in my laptop on Friday the 13th. My retirement party brought closure to 12 years at the San Diego County Office of Education. After years of dreaming and planning for this moment, we are now both officially retired. It feels surreal and it hasn't really sunk in yet, but now we can finally prepare for our fall departure as we sail off into the mystic. We need to use the summer to work on some important projects that have to get done before we set sail into Mexico in the fall. It's real now. Our dream to retire early and sail away has finally arrived. Disclaimer: I think this episode needs a little warning before you dig in. Our high school level of humor to lighten up an awful project was required to get through the editing of this episode.
So we're gonna get the right hose on.
So, we no longer have excuses to put off the projects we don't want to do. Starting with the most unglamorous project, we are upgrading our septic system for one of the heads, as it is the most urgent matter at hand. This is a project, I just don't know how much of it we should be filming.
Okay, that is the poop line going into the toilet. Oh man, it goes through that one right there too. Okay. And it goes in, it comes out right there. How the heck did they do that? All right, our mission today is to replace, or actually not replace, I guess. What are we doing? What do you want to call that?
It's working with a yucky project.
So we're here in the V-berth, and we have our original Blackwater tank that it wasn't plumbed to be able to do cruising, offshore cruising, and be able to dump offshore. So it was just meant to be able to have it pumped out if you're at a marina somewhere. And it was working fine. It did that job fine, but we want it to be able to dump offshore. 3+ miles out, and it also is kind of stinky a little bit.
Not a little bit, a lot of bit,
Yeah. So we can see why. So let's take a look. So there's our Blackwater tank. So here's where it gets pumped into the tank, and that's where it gets sucked out of the tank. And then there's also a little vent back over here. So first of all, whoever did this, they put the wrong line on there. This is the wrong hose. So this is a stinky permeable hose. So, you listen real close, you can hear a fart come out of it right now. So we're gonna get the right hose on there. And even that one says it's for potable water, and I'm not sure that's the right hose either. So that looks like it's supposed to be, but anyway, so all the hoses and hose clamps and everything's going to get changed, and we're going to put a charcoal filter in line with that vent out there, and then we'll probably run this coming out the other direction along with the a pump, a Y valve, to either pump it out or push it out in the open ocean. So my job today is, I guess, to get all this old stuff out So meaning the lines here, and hopefully yesterday we drained this, filled it with water, drained it, filled it with water, drained it, filled it with water, drained it, filled it with water, drained it. You can see where I'm going. We really flushed this out as best we can. But of course, yeah, it's not going to be perfect. But
this stinks so bad. Those hoses are so wrong that even our drawers, anything we put in there, even just in there for overnight, these drawers and then these drawers, anything against the hull, anything around this bed area, it stinks like urine. So I had sheets and towels in there. So now when we take the drawers out and put them here, it's stinking up the whole salon. So it's, yeah, it's bad. And we've been embarrassed to have our guests stay in here. Vinny and Adrian were really good sports to do it for a week. We went to Catalina Island.
When you did that, you also put those little orange stink absorbers in here.
We had all kinds of stink absorbers in here, and it still didn't take it away completely.
Yeah.
So
I don't think Adrian noticed much because Vinny stinks all the time.
We're Mickey Mouse mechanics.
There's the poop hose that comes from the toilet from the Y valve underneath or behind the shower, behind these cabinets, along up underneath here, and then comes out right there. So it's all disconnected. I'm hoping I can just have you maybe pull here and we just inch it along through. I don't know how we're gonna get the new hose back in there. It's gonna be really tough.
Where'd you get those gloves? Because I'd like a pair.
There's actually got you a set of smalls. They're here.
Okay.
Okay. That is one successfully. Just the right place to put the mercerator pump and the Y valve. So there's our discharge ball valve and the Y valve that's frozen. I really would like to be able to put the mercerator pump inside there, you know, but these hoses are not really flexible that well. So I mean, all these tight turns in this small space,
Yeah.
it's just going to make it difficult.
With two of us tugging and pulling, that hose should have come out rather easily. But we tried reaching in from every compartment, and it just wouldn't budge. I wonder if it's like strapped down or something there.
I know, the only way that could have happened is if they did that before when they're putting the boat
I
together.
think they did. Okay, our problem is the hose won't budge through the back side of the cabinets, and we think it might be clamped down, so now we're going to have to probably carve out a hole in the paneling so we can see what's going on and push it through.
Alright, so we're going to attach this right here. It's got to run through here, come out there, and go to there. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger to make that easier to get onto there. So I brought the hole saws. I'm going to go with a 2.5 inch and get it hooked up there and drill a hole.
More crazy positions to carve out more holes while vacuuming up the fiberglass. We didn't want to make these holes, but after wasting a day on this, we knew it was the only way to wrestle out the old and install the very stiff new hose. And now to install the hose up to the deck fitting, which took yet another 2 days because of the custom design Tim had to do to match new fittings to connect to the old deck fittings. Had to cut that in our beautiful shower. And had to cut that, which we won't see when we put the berth back, the bed back.
Okay, so that's good. There's that end of it is connected. So now it goes like this. Take that. So it goes from there. Then over here. And then over here, down below that. And right into the tank. That's step one. Oh my goodness.
Thick walled tube, I appreciate that.
Okay, so now I need a straight one here. That will just make a turn and go straight into the pooper here, and it'll come back through and out around there. So I'm gonna have to cut that bigger.
And meanwhile, in the middle of our plumbing project, someone lost one of the panels to the Dodger. All right, what are you gonna try and do, honey?
Well, I got this. I got two big treble hooks on here. I figure this one will bring it to the bottom and keep this one on the ground for us, and I can drag it along. It came up right behind me, and with the wind, I think it's right off in this area somewhere. You know, kind of projecting on how long it took to fall to the floor, to the bottom. But that's my guess.
Okay.
But we're just gonna drag it a couple times and just see what happens.
I guess show me a technique and I'll keep working on it while you
Get out there and just let it fall.
work on the poop tank.
Hit the bottom.
Are you sure you're at the bottom?
Yeah.
Like this.
Going down here, and then just try and go slow. And if it grabs on something, then I kind of hook it.
Oh, okay, I see. So you're dragging from back there all the way over here.
Dude, we got it. We got it.
Second cast.
Second cast. I had this little special hook set up. Oh shit. Threw it out there, and it barely hooked this right here. The bottom of the ocean. Alright, so we gotta tell you what happened. Yesterday, we're working on the boat, and I was unzipping the covers so we could work on the boat, have some fresh air. I screwed up and I didn't put this one away, and the wind caught it and blew it in the water. And we didn't notice it for hours later, so it had already disappeared.
Till we were closing up shop.
So we're thinking, oh my god, you know, how are we gonna get it? We went and drove around looking for it, like no way. So we hooked up this.
Today we came back.
Just back, yeah, this is back the next day.
Tim's epiphany this morning was maybe we can go fishing for it.
So I had just one of these on here, and it was coming up. It wasn't dragging good enough, so I put this one on there to get it to the bottom, and then sure enough, this one kept it to the bottom. This one grabbed it, and just by luck, I caught, like it was just a heavy thing. I'm like, oh, you know, I just like, oh, I got stuck on something down there, but it kept coming up, and I'm like, no way, I saw it. Couldn't believe it.
Since one of my upcoming tasks is to figure out how to replace the plastic windows in the Dodger, I was extremely happy he found that panel because it will make my job much easier. This plumbing project actually was a very frustrating project that took at least a couple of weeks to complete because of the holes we had to drill to get to the old hose and all the custom fittings we had to get or create to install the new hose. Also, when Tim was rinsing the tank out like he was explaining, He ended up getting really sick for 2 days. But we not only have the correct hose installed, we also have a macerator pump. Our first walk to the shops from the dinghy, from the boat. Yes, realized that we can dinghy over to a public dock and walk over to West Marine. So now that's our new way of getting there.
Hey, wait a second. Keep walking. Don't look so scared.
Ow, what are you doing?
5 feet.
All right. So the whole chain is 140.
It's a little lower. It's about.
Another project we've been putting off until now is our chain project, which we actually never finished up from episode 10. Okay. After first pulling the chain out of the chain locker for the very first time, we found it wasn't even attached to the boat. Oh! Yikes!
Now we know.
Samunga. Nor did it have any nylon rode. We also wanted to extend our chain to 300 feet in case we need it for extra security during any tropical storms.
45.
Okay, over
This
here.
is at 90.
45.
So they got 45 and 90 mark.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Going to the game. Going to the game. Going to the game.
He has squeaky shoes. So he's trying to air them out. Ooh, don't lose that. Back to the boat we went to see if the chain would fit in our windlass. Yeah. Our very experienced and professional opinions were that it was going to work.
Nice.
Oh, you guys were so fast. I couldn't pull out my camera fast enough. I got part of it.
Do you want to put it right down in the boat?
Yeah, I think so. I don't care if this little thing.
Do you want to move this swim?
little thing, if it gets snapped off, I don't give a shit.
You might be able to just kind of slide it on
Here
the seat
and into there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's on that. We'll let it break it.
What are we breaking?
I think that's it.
What did you just break?
It ain't going anywhere.
Are we gonna get it out?
Yeah, well, to get it out, we'll probably.
So we took all our chain home to cut 150 feet off the old chain and add it to the new chain, which would give us about 300 feet. We brought the original chain home in our inflatable dinghy, but didn't like the strain on it, so we used both dinghies to get it back to the boat. 300 feet done, huh? All that chain to put inside the boot. I'm gonna feed it to Tim as he stands at the bow. Wait, stop! What's that?
Hand it to me now.
Okay. We got 300 feet of chain and 50 feet of road all through the windlass and into the chain locker. But then we learned we made a major mistake. A little bit of a frustrating day. We brought the chain here and now we got to bring it back home. Yeah, sun has set. We still have to take, let's see, what are we doing? We're towing the aluminum dinghy with the chain over to the launch where our truck is with the inflatable dinghy. And then we are going to load the chain up into the bin in the back of the truck. Then we're going to tow the aluminum dinghy back to the dinghy dock so it can be there when we need to come in tomorrow. And then we need to leave it there, lock it up, and then we need to dinghy, inflatable dinghy back to the launch and load it up on the truck and then go home. Then we start all over again with this chain project completely from the beginning. Wasn't really going to film much of this chain project because it was one that we talked about doing, I think, a couple years ago, and episode not sure which. I will put it up there or down here. And then we never really completed that project because we just don't anchor here in San Diego Bay. Usually we just get on the boat and go sail and then come back to either our slip or now our mooring ball. But now that we are going to have to anchor when we sail south, and we need to make sure we're properly anchoring, we decided to finish up the chain project before we left. So here we are trying to get the right amount of chain and the correct chain attached to the boat with proper road and everything, and we fucked up on everything. You guessed it. We didn't do the proper measurements, and the new chain does not work in our windlass. It sure looked like the same size, but the minute we put the new chain under load through the windlass, it skipped, bounced around, and got tangled up. When we put the old chain back on, the windlass was super happy and ran the chain through just like it's supposed to. Oh, that marks the end of the day.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We are aware of our big screw up. Towing the aluminum dinghy back to the dinghy dock. In the dark now.
On the dinghy trailer.
And here is a little peek at how we have to tie up to the public dinghy dock every night.
Get up front. You're just pushing me out in the middle of nowhere. You can use me to pull up on.
White for every 20 feet, red for every 100. There's white zip ties also in the white painted area. And the very end of the line, just before it reaches the road, we have red and yellow caution. First we launch this dinghy, then we're gonna go get the other dinghy and bring it back here. We are ready to bring the old chain back now. boat to the bow with the anchor, the chain, anchor chain. And I wait until he gets up there to feed him that chain.
So I was gonna try and bring this chain up through here so I don't have to take the anchor back down again. Leave it right here and I'll just attach it when it's up here.
Okay, I can.
Okay, so. All right, we're just gonna let it sit like that. I gotta go down there and tie it up. So.
Okay.
You sit there for a little bit, I guess?
Yep.
Relax.
Our boat used to be blue. I wish it was.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and pull it down from down there so I can fillet it, nice. Because I put that board up by the door so we can put a whole bunch there now where there never used to be.
All right.
And I'd like to have that.
Then should I be up here helping to pull it?
No, I think you can. I don't think you need to help pull it.
Right.
I think you just keep the boat from banging into the
Yeah.
dinghy from banging the boat. But I think I'll be able to go down. I'm just going to do it a little bit. Maybe at 100 feet I'll stop. Then I'll come up and it'll just do a regular.
But wait, how will you know you got to 100 feet?
Because my wife labeled it or painted the really nice red on it.
All right, we have our old chain back on the anchor and attached to the boat. And we have 50 feet of nylon road, as everyone recommends, for the unlikely emergency situation of having to cut loose the anchor. In the process, we also beefed up our stern anchor, stored in one of the stern lazarettes, which is equipped with its own extended chain and nylon road. Now we can anchor on a remote island and poop on our own boat. Yay us!